I love this quote by Idris Elba. He said, men fall in love with what they see, women fall in love with what they hear, which is why women will always wear makeup and men will always lie.
Oh, man.
Starting a conversation with a stranger can feel like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. Your mind goes blank, your palms get a little clammy, and the internal monologue kicks in. What do I say? How do I start? What if I sound like a total weirdo? We've all been there. But what if I told you that initiating a chat is a skill you can learn, and it's a lot simpler than you think? It's not about having a perfectly rehearsed script. It's about a simple three-step framework that can turn you from a stranger into a conversation partner in just a couple of minutes. Step 1, the launch pad. Ask an open-ended question. The first rule is to get out of your own head. There's a concept called the 3-second rule. Just enough time to take a breath and go for it, but not enough time for your brain to talk you out of it. The longer you wait, the more likely you are to overthink she might leave, or the moment will just pass. So you walk over. Now what? Your golden ticket is the open-ended question. These are questions that can't be answered with a simple yes or no. They typically start with what, how, or tell me about. Instead of, is this a good book, which invites a one-word answer, try, what's that book you're reading? I'm always looking for recommendations. Instead of, is this your first time at this event? Try, what brought you to this art exhibit tonight? This type of question does two crucial things. It shows genuine interest, and it forces the other person to offer a piece of information you can build on. You're handing them the microphone, which is a much warmer approach than launching into a monologue about yourself. Step 2, the safety net. Have a follow-up ready. Okay, you've launched. You've asked your opening question and gotten an answer. This is the most common point of failure, the dreaded stall. You nod, say cool, and then an awkward silence descends. Your defense against this is to have at least one, preferably two, follow-up questions ready in your mental back pocket. These aren't random. They're directly related to the answer you just received. If she says, I'm reading a historical fiction novel about ancient Rome, your follow-up could be, what's been the most surprising thing you've learned about that time period? Are you a big history buff, or did you just stumble upon this one? See how that works? You're not just listening, you're actively engaging with the information she's providing. This back and forth is the engine of the conversation. Step 3, the tipping point. You're in. Here's the magic. Before step 1, you are a complete stranger, and there's a natural initial wariness. It's just human nature. At step 2, she's still a bit cautious, but she's talking. By the time you've navigated the first question and a solid follow-up or two, you hit the tipping point. You are now officially in conversation. The formal barriers start to drop, and the interaction begins to flow more naturally. This entire transition can happen in under 3 minutes. It's not about performing for hours. It's about successfully navigating an awkward hump. Reading the room, the talker versus the listener. Once you're in, your job is to read the dynamic. Is she a talker or a listener? If she's a talker, your role is easier. Paraphrase what she says to show you're listening, so it sounds like you're really passionate about sustainable architecture. Ask intelligent, curious questions that dig deeper. Then feel free to interject with a little of your own personality, maybe a playful, cheeky comment or a relatable story of your own. If she's more of a listener, the spotlight is on you. This is where it pays to have a story or two ready. Not a rehearsed monologue, but a fun, relatable anecdote from your life. Maybe a travel mishap, a funny work story, or an observation about your surroundings. The goal is to start innocently and let your personality shine through, making it easy for her to jump in with her own thoughts. Ultimately, initiating a conversation is a social skill, not a magic trick. It's about showing a genuine interest in another person, being prepared with a simple structure and having the courage to take that first 3-second leap. So the next time you see someone interesting, take a breath, think, what, and just go for it.